What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the Blueprint 1LE channel, man. Today we are going to talk about 5 reasons why you should get a 1LE over an LT1. And the reason why I'm decided to do this topic because people was in my comment section a few videos ago asking me why I got the 1LE over the LT1. Some people prefer to get the LT1 over the 1LE, and these are my reasons on why you should get a 1LE if you decide to get one, or if you place your order for one and you figure like it's a little bit too much more expensive, or you have an LT1 and you consider the 1LE, and if you're just curious to see why should you get a 1LE and if that package is really worth it for you. So we are going to jump down into this right now. So the first thing first I just want to get into is like the cosmetic over the two. Technically, if you have a LT1, you don't come with the black hood, you don't come with the black mirrors, you don't come with the splitter, and you don't come with the black wicker bill on the back that come on the SS1LE. That's just not a given. And you don't come with the forged aluminum 20-inch 1LE wheels. That's just off the given. But that's just I'm not going to discuss, but I'm just going to discuss some reasons that you should get the 1LE that people don't think of. So first thing first is I'm looking down at my phone just to make sure I don't forget anything. But first thing first is that I'm thinking about is the ZL1 fuel pump. This is a major item that I wanted to get because when I had my 2016 SS, normal regular SS, LT1s do not come with this feature. You will not get a ZL1 low side fuel pump if you got a LT1 or a regular SS. It only comes equipped if you have a 1LE, if you have a ZL1 or a ZL1 1LE. These are the only 3 cars that come with that ZL1 fuel pump. And that is a big issue. Say for example, everybody want to mod their cars. And if you like to go for a bolt-on, yes, you're good with the stock fuel pump that comes on these cars on a regular SS and so forth. But let's say you want to go a little bit more. Let's say you want to go like 550, 600. That's where it requires a cam. And at that point, most likely any performance shop will tell you you need to go with a ZL1 fuel pump if you want to retain E85. Me, I want E85 on this build, so this is one major reason why you should get the 1LE and why I chose the 1LE. It's major cost savings down the road, and you paying that up front, you know. So this is one reason I chose the 1LE. The second reason that you should get the 1LE over the LT1 is the suspension bits on here. The FE4 suspension, as I keep saying, and people been talking about the suspension, such as Randy Probst on Motor Trend and plenty of other YouTubers, big YouTubers that review these cars. They tell people that this suspension is one of the best suspensions that you can get on the market so far, and with magnetic ride control, it's phenomenal. It's a pure track car, and it's a great street driven car as well, I should say. And some people daily drive these cars, and it's a good daily driver for them too. So I guess it's different strokes for different folks, but the suspension is way better than the FE3 suspension that is on the LT1. So that's something to think about. So the LT1 do have a little the same suspension as the SS, but it's not the same suspension as the 1LE. So now we got one out the way with the fuel pump. Now we talked about the suspension, and the next reason why you should get a 1LE over the LT1, and that is the electronic limited slip differential. Like, anybody will tell you that if you have the ELSD on your car, that is way better than having LSD. Now I had that on my other car, and I can tell the difference going into corners with this car more than I did before. And anybody will tell you, like, if you're really pushing these cars, that ELSD really kicks in. And it's nice to see that because on the car it shows you like it has a display specifically designed for the car, where it shows you like the wheel slip. It shows you how much is on the left side, how much percentage on the right side, and that's a nice feature to have. I don't look at it all the time, but it's something that you can pay attention to. But it's a nice feature that only come equipped only on the 1LEs. It doesn't come on the SSs. It don't come on the LT1s. Only for the SS1LE, man. So this is an awesome feature that you should pay attention to, which I feel like it's a bang for the buck. So now we got that out in place. Now we're gonna jump into number 4. And the 4th item is the PTM modes on there. And you're probably asking me like, what in the hell is PTM modes? And that stands for Performance Traction Management. And on here, it's about 5 of them. Like, I'm gonna just share on the screen what they all are, and I'll explain all of those in another video. But it pretty much is 5 different modes that you can set the car in based on this traction. So that's for wet, that's for race, I think it's Sport 1, Sport 2, Race 1, Race 2. Race 2, if I'm not mistaken, is where it's just killing all the traction control, everything that's off the car, and you have full power unleashed in your hands. So you better know how to drive this car if you got that feature off. And it's more better if you was pretty much on a closed course and not on the road. Of course, they have wet if you're in wet conditions. I haven't tried that yet because I haven't driven this car in the rain yet. But you got that on there, and you also have the other 2, which I will explain to you guys in another video, but not this one. But that is only exclusive on the 1LEs. Some people care about that, some people don't, because they really don't know about that feature, or if they use it, but it's something that's not offered on the SS and it's not offered on the LT1. And that is something that makes this car stand out way more than the LT1. So another feature that you can get on here, so that's 4, is the PDR. PDR is probably one of the best mods that you can get that's used for track, which that is true. It's used for telling you the dynamics of the car, how it's moving, and you can track it on the computer, and you can keep track of like how well your fastest times and things of that nature. But what I use it for, and probably what other people use it for, if they haven't told you guys, is that I use it for a dash cam day in and day out. Every time I drive this car, yeah, it's a headache where you have to go through PDR settings and turn it on every time the car shuts off, but that is something that's nice to have every time you're driving, because you can catch a lot of stuff on the road. You can catch accidents, whether you're in an accident, they can say you were speeding, and you have that data there to prove that, hey, you was not speeding, and you can back yourself up on top of any other dash cam that you have in the car. But it don't record anything behind you, but it records everything in front of you. And this is a nice feature that does not come on the LT1s. Only on the 1LEs you get the PDR, and on the ZL1 1LEs. Other than that, on the regular SSs and on the ZL1s, you do get the front forward collision, where it's in place of the PDR, and that just pretty much tells you how close you are in front of the vehicle or any other object, I believe. I don't have that, but that is my understanding of it, So that's gonna wrap this video up. That is all the reasons why I believe you should get an SS1LE. Other options you can get that I didn't bring up was like the Recaros. Recaros is apparently is not becoming special anymore for the 1LE, and people can get those on the LT1s, which is nice if you want that little track feature. Besides that, everything that's on the 1LE that I had mentioned is the reasons why I decide to get the 1LE, and hopefully that was good enough for you all, because the first reason is the ZL1 fuel pump. The second reason is the FE4 suspension. The third reason is the electronic limited slip differential. The fourth reason is the PTM modes that helps that electronic limited slip differential. And the fifth thing is the PDR. So hopefully these are some options that you can sway you over to getting the 1LE, and plus it will hold its value a lot more better than a LT1 at the end of the day. But don't get me wrong, the LT1 serves a different purpose than the 1LE, and in the next video I'll explain to you why.